FC Sheriff 0, Manchester United 2. There you have it, guys. Man United have won their first Europa League game of the season. The first win, finally off the mark. Away win as well. A well-earned, well-fought away victory over FC Sheriff. Wasn't the best game, but today we at least got to see a little bit of Ten Hag ball. In the second half, although United weren't that penetrative, we could see the way we were rotating the ball, keeping possession, and we got to see a little glimpse of what Ten Hag wants to build. Wasn't the best game in the first half. Wasn't the best game at some points or in some points, but we got the win, well deserved. So much to get into today. I want to talk about so much. I want to talk about Ronaldo's performance. I want to talk about Harry Maguire. I want to talk about Harry Maguire in the England team, Dallow's performance, and Malacia's performance. So much to talk about today. The team, was it a right team to start? Well, United won, so can you really argue with that? I don't know, but there's a lot of talking points. De Gea, I want to talk about De Gea as well today, and his kicking and his distribution. So much to get into today. Before we start, smash the like, turn on your notification, and if you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel. I'm going to be delivering my thoughts on every single Manchester United game this season, what I think, lows, the highs, and I want to have open and honest football talk here. Try to eliminate the bias that we have. You know, we all have bias. We all have agendas. Even though we say we don't, we do. But I want to create a space where we all can talk football here. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the game. The team sheet. I think the team was a good team. It was a strong team, and I think we needed a strong team. We lost the first game against Real Sociedad. And as far as I'm concerned, only the first team, the top team in the group, qualify outright. So United need to win this game. And in fact, I think United need to win the remaining games. I see Real Sociedad probably picking up maximum points now. So we really need to start winning games. So the team was a strong team. He picked more or less the Premier League team, except Rashford was not fit. There has been a lot of talk this week about Rashford. Is he fit? Is he not fit? Pictures taken off the team training, but Rashford's not there. Rashford's in the gym and so on and so forth. But today we saw the team sheet. He's not available today. And it looks like he's not going to be available for England either. So we started with Ronaldo up front, and more or less the same team that we have been starting the league with, which, you know, I'm fine for. I was, you know, in my preview, and if you can go and check my preview as well. I do have a preview to the game that's up on my channel. But in my preview, I did say that I would prefer to see Casemiro start, not because Scott McTominay is playing badly. And in fact, Scott McTominay actually is playing well, but because I know Casemiro plays football at a higher level than Casemiro. Sorry, Casemiro plays football at a higher level than Scott McTominay. And this will be the perfect game to bed Casemiro in, to get him used to the way we play football, just to give him a start so he can get used to the team. So I thought this was a good game, or the perfect game to start him. Ten Hag didn't start him. That's fine. But yeah, I've got no problems with the team that Ten Hag put out personally. In fact, we won 2-0, so why should I? The first few minutes, we started a bit roughly. We didn't get a hold of the game, and you know, I mean, who gets a hold of the game in the first few minutes? The first few minutes is usually a bit of a tennis match, so it took a while for us to start passing the ball, start moving it. Within the first 2 minutes, I noticed Malacia gave away a few fouls on the left-hand side. And we was lacking intensity. We were lacking general intensity within the first 10-15 minutes. We were passing very slowly. We were way too slow within our build-up at times. And, you know, the opposition, Sheriff, they were comfortable. They were probing. They were camped in in a half a lot of the times. And I thought to myself, okay, we need to up the tempo. We need to up the intensity. And that's what we did. Ronaldo dropping deep as well. Within the first 17 minutes, I noticed he was dropping deep, trying to field the ball, get a few touches. I'm not sure about Ronaldo dropping deep, if I'm being honest. I think when Martial, for instance, when Martial drops deep, I feel like Martial drops deep not just to get touches, but he drops deep to try to affect the game. He drops deep, he turns, he tries to, pass forward, where when Ronaldo drops deep, he literally drops deep just to get a feel of the ball. And I know as a striker, you need to get the feel of the ball. You need to get into the game, as a striker. But I need Ronaldo further up the field because Ronaldo is not the quickest anymore. He's not the strongest anymore. His physical attributes are deteriorating with age, and we can see this. So I would prefer Ronaldo just to be further up the field and not accompanying or not taking up the same space that Bruno Fernandes takes up. So that's essentially what he's doing. And, I just don't think Bruno and Ronaldo work together. I don't think they work together for Portugal. And I don't think they work together for Manchester United. And it's partly because they take up the same space. They're both final action players. Bruno just wants to press triangle, through ball all the time. He wants to just do flicks and Ronaldo is the same. And when Ronaldo drops deep, he's occupying the same space as Bruno. When Martial drops deep and when he's playing with Bruno, and Bruno occupies a striker position, Martial drops deep, Bruno occupies a striker position, Martial turns sometimes and then gives the ball to Bruno, or plays the ball out wide. When Ronaldo and Bruno play together and Ronaldo drops deep and Bruno tries to occupy the striking position, tries to make the run beyond Ronaldo, the same doesn't happen. Ronaldo, he can't turn. He's not as physical. He's not as slick as he used to be. So he literally just passes it back. And I don't think it works, not just for that reason, but for other reasons as well. So I prefer Ronaldo to stay up front, and go hang if you have to, I guess. He was put through on goal as well. And there was a big penalty shout around the 15th minute. And I think the ball came to Ronaldo from the air and it bounced a few times. And I thought to myself, a confident, fit Ronaldo in the 15th minute, when that chance came to him, would have just shot straight away. The fact he let the ball bounce twice and, the defender essentially won the ball and it wasn't a penalty, I thought to myself, this guy is not confident at all. And he's just not playing well. He isn't playing well. But on the 16th minute, Jadon turned up, 1-0, great goal by Jadon. What impressed me about Jadon's goal was the composure. The composure that this guy has is he's just ice cold at times. I like the way Jadon tucks in. He's not the most explosive. And I know people are going to want Jadon to be Rashford. And I know people are going to want Jadon to be Anthony. Why doesn't Jadon take people one-on-one and run past people and do all these things? You need to understand the player. He's never been that guy and he never will be that guy. He's not a speed merchant and he never will be. Jadon is a technical player, great control, good technical ability. He's a Man City type player who can play tiki-taka football. He's that kind of a player. He's not a speed demon, But like I said, one thing I liked about Jadon's goal was the fact that he came inside for the ball. He can hog the touchline, but he also can come inside. If he's a right footer on the left-hand side, just like Anthony, who is a left footer on the right-hand side, they both tuck in, and you saw them both tucking in. As well as hogging the touchline, you saw them both tucking in, and that's what you need to do. You can't just blanketly hog the touchline, because if there's space inside, then move inside, and you can't just stay inside, because if there's space outside, then move outside. You need to be fluid. There's no rule, and the fluidity of Sancho and Anthony coming in, going outside, and I'm sidetracking a little bit, but one thing that I noticed, and I know that all of you noticed as well, is the way that our fullbacks play now. Our fullbacks, similar to Man City fullbacks, they tuck in and they create another man in midfield. I'm going to talk about it later on, but you saw both Malacia and Dalot over the last 4 or 5 games start to tuck in, not just overlap. Yes, they still overlap, but they also tuck in midfield to create an extra additional man. Watch that, guys. Watch the way they do that. So yeah, I mean, the first half, Jadon, that chop and that ice cold left foot finish into the bottom corner, amazing stuff. He also had another chance, I think, that I thought crossed the line, but he didn't cross the line. But hey ho, it is what it is. And of course, Dalot, our second goal came from a Dalot chance. Dalot was fouled in the box, and who steps up but Ronaldo? Ronaldo steps up and scores a penalty and scores, I think, his first goal of the season. And I think this might be a good time for me to talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not playing well. He's not. And he's not one of my favourite players. He's not one of the best players right now, and he's not in the best of form. And like I said, he's physically, he is deteriorating. He's not as quick. He can't run in behind. At least Rashford can run in behind, and he can't do it. And I just watch the way we can't even press when we start with him. And I think his days are numbered. Ronaldo needs to retire or leave United at the end of the season. That's my opinion. I know Ronaldo fans who love him more than anything are going to disagree and say he's still the best player in the world. But if you're really watching Ronaldo right now with your eyes, with your eyeballs, and seeing what I'm seeing and saying that, he's the best. No, come on, guys. He's not doing it right now. And the quicker Martial, and I'm surprised to be even saying this, the quicker Rashford gets fit, the better. Rashford can't hold the ball up. I think Ronaldo can hold the ball up slightly better than Rashford, but Rashford is more of a threat than Ronaldo is. He causes more problems than Ronaldo, and he asks more questions of the opposition's defence than Ronaldo does. But it is what it is, guys. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think about Ronaldo's game today. Let me know, because, Bruno wasn't good today. He wasn't the best, but Ronaldo wasn't good today. He wasn't. Second half, we started better. Casemiro came on for Scott McTominay in the second half. And do you know what? I haven't got an agenda, because Scott McTominay was one of the first people I wanted out of the team. But so far this season, you can't deny that Scott McTominay has played well. He has. I don't have an agenda. If you're playing well, continue playing. I just think that in this game against this easier team, it would have been good or wise to start Casemiro. But he brought on Casemiro in the second half. Casemiro gave the ball away in the first few minutes when he came on, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, Casemiro, this is why you don't play. But towards the end, not even towards the end of the half, this guy in the second half was just tackling and clamping. You can tell that, just give the guy a couple of minutes, let him play a few games, and he will get used to the way we play. I like Casemiro's first touch passes. A lot of times he will get the ball, one touch pass, or one touch, then second touch pass. Efficient and quick. And to be fair to Scott McTominay, that's what he was also doing in the first half. So, and that's why Scott is playing, because Scott is doing that basic. He's getting the ball, popping it off, getting the ball, popping it off, receiving, giving it, receiving it, giving it. And that's what Scott's doing really well. It sounds simple, and it is simple, but if you can do the simple things well, I guess you can do the simple things well. So, Casemiro came on, bit shaky, got into the game a little bit. The second half was really good. It started getting it better and better. And the more we got into the game, the more we got used to each other, we started bopping it around. And that's what I'm saying. We started to play Ten Hag ball. There was one point where Malacia crossed the ball or gave a through ball to Dalot. And I thought to myself, well, what? Our left back is playing through balls to our right back. And then when Malacia moved onto the right-hand side, the way that Malacia was tucking into the midfield while playing right back, just as I said earlier on in the video, when our full-backs tuck in, it looks good. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you? If there's space there, occupy it. Don't say it's not my position. I'm not a midfielder. Listen, Malacia was playing like a centre mid towards the end of the second half. He was. And that's what I'm saying. He can play football, and that's the sort of footballer that I like. Technically gifted footballers who can receive the ball in any situation, play in any position because they're technically sound. Malacia had a really, really good game today. Really good game. Shaw came on for Dallo, as I just mentioned, and we shuffled our fullbacks around. What do you guys think of Shaw? What are you guys making of Shaw? Because I believe he's made the England squad. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think he's made the England squad without really playing for Manchester United, and he's not getting into this Manchester United team ahead of Malacia. He simply is not. So, what do you guys think about Shaw? I mean, he came on for the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Didn't do much. Didn't do anything wrong either. I'm worried for Shaw. He's not going to get back into this team. If we got Malacia who can play left back and right back, I don't know. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the fact that he didn't even travel with Manchester United, surely AWB's his days are numbered at Manchester United Football Club, and I can see him leaving. I mean, he probably should have left in the summer. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting that fullback conversation at the moment. But yeah, I mean, at one point we had two left-footed players on the right-hand side, didn't we? We had Anthony and Malacia, two left-footed players playing on the right, and it didn't really look odd, you know. And that's the beauty of football, I guess. Maguire got a run out at the end. Came on the last sort of couple of minutes. Wow. England captain, Manchester United captain has been reduced to a cameo appearance. Maguire has made the England squad. That is a big talking point all over Twitter as well. I want to know what you guys think. Sorry, I want to know what you guys think about Harry making the England squad. The thing is, I thought Maguire would play the Europa League games at least, but he started Varane and Martinez ahead of Maguire in the Europa League game. We're going to have loads of games this season. Once we come back, we're going to have 2-3 games a season. So Maguire will play, but it's still I'm very perplexed with the Maguire situation, especially with England, and especially with the fact that Southgate repeatedly says, I'm only going to pick players and play players who play regularly for their clubs. So why have you picked Maguire? I don't know. It's quite interesting talking point. But yeah, United, we won the game. Wasn't pretty in all parts, but we got the job done. We needed to win this game. It was away from home against FC Sheriff, and I don't want to get overly excited. I can only talk about the game as I see it in front of me. You know, I know the opposition isn't the greatest opposition, but United, especially in the second half, I liked the way we played. We weren't incisive, we weren't penetrative, you know, and that will come. But the way we kept the ball and the way we rotated the ball and we didn't force it. I know Bruno's tried to do his little flicks and it just annoyed the hell out of me every time he received the ball, flick or a chip or something silly or hoof clearance or something, and we would lose the ball. But other than that, you know, and I don't think Ronaldo played well today. I think it's the same culprits, you know. But other than that, United played okay. Good game away from home, and another clean sheet, another great defensive performance. Our defense, those 4 guys in defense are just like animals, and I think they want to go to war, and that's good. They want to go to war. They don't want to. Yes, they want to play football, but I think if they had to fight, they'd also fight, and that's what I'm saying. They want to fight, and that's the kind of defense you want. You want the kind of defense where the opposition says, "Oh shoot, yeah, these guys don't want to play football. These guys want to break my ankles." I don't mind. Because our defense can play football. Dallo can play football. Malacia can play football. Martinez can play football. But they can fight. They can fight. So yeah, good. Martinez, the way he steps into the midfield. And when we were pinning him back in the second half and just passing the ball, Martinez was just doing his little, stepping into the midfield and passing it around. It just looked good, and you can start seeing. I mean, we saw it before. We saw it in a few games back, but as usual with anything, it takes time, and we're seeing Ten Hag ball. We're seeing the fruits of it slowly and surely. Once he gets, his striker and a few more players, we'll see what United can do. Once we come back after the break, we will see what United can do. It is Man City next for us. So listen. Like I said, a lot of people are going to expect Man City to beat us. I don't want to be too giddy. In the wise words of Saeed. Shout out to Saeed, by the way, great YouTuber, Rants and all those guys. Shout out to them guys. But I think we can beat Man City. I think the way we're defending, I think we can beat them. It will be very interesting. Quick mention of De Gea. Now, at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were saying to me, De Gea isn't a big problem. And I do watch a lot of other fan channels, like I said, and I do take other people's opinions into account. The one thing I could say about De Gea today is that far too many times when he received the ball, he lacked the composure to kick the ball out or to pass the ball out from the back. Sometimes when he received the ball, it will take him so long to pass the ball. I remember one time in the second half where he received the ball and he had 10, 20 seconds to pass the ball out to Martinez on the left, but he just dilly-dallied on the ball for so long that the opposition pressed us, closed Martinez down, closed the passing lanes down, and he had to go long. And I thought to myself, why is he doing that? Why is he waiting for the opposition to come and press us? I don't know. I just think De Gea's distribution is going to be, or it is a problem, and it has been a problem for a long time, but we just don't play football a certain way for us to see it. And now that we're starting to play football a certain way, a different way, we're starting to pass out from the back. We're starting to see that the goalkeeper starts the attacks, and our goalkeeper can't start many attacks efficiently. Good shot stopper, always will be a good shot stopper, but I think De Gea will be a problem for Ten Hag in the future when he's implementing or fully implementing Ten Hag ball. Anyway, flipping heck, I can talk. What do you guys think? Before I finish, let's quickly run through some stats. Let's see some stats. Shots. They had more shots. 11 shots to Man United's 8. And that is what I'm saying. We had the ball. We rotated the ball well at times. We kept possession well at times. I saw the one touch, Sancho, Eriksen. The Sancho goal was all just nice football. But we didn't have that many shots on goal. For the possession that we had, we didn't have that many shots on goal. I don't think Ten Hag will be too happy with that. We need to be more clinical in the final third. Possession, this is what Ten Hag will be very happy with. Manchester United away from home having 68% possession. Good stuff. 627 passes to their 293. Double the amount of passes. 87% passing accuracy. Yeah, it sounds good. This is all good stuff. Except for the shots, they still had more shots, but we had more quality shots, as we had 4 shots on target to their 2 shots on target. There's some basic stats for you guys. It sums up what I saw. I always say to people this: watch the game with your eyes. Don't have no agendas, because when you have an agenda, you just focus on one player, and when that one player makes one mistake, you're going to be like, oh my God, he's crap. But when another player makes a mistake, you're going to ignore his mistake because your mind is focused on having an agenda on a certain player. So I try my best to clear my mind of agendas when I watch the game and just try to watch it as objectively as possible. That way, I always try to make sure that what I see with my eyes tallies to the facts or tallies to the stats, not the other way around. It's not I'm looking at the stats to see what happened in the game. No. I saw what happened in the game. Do the stats reflect what happened in the game? But yeah, stats come second. Always. Never the most important thing. Anyway, I hope you liked the show, guys. That's my reaction to the match. Before you go, smash the like, turn on your notifications, and subscribe below. More match reactions coming up. I'm going to react to every United game, as I said before. Yeah, good performance. Let's go. I think the next game is Man City. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave your comments below if you disagree with my take on Ronaldo, De Gea, Malacia, Martinez, or any of the team. Scott McTominay, how well is he playing? How well do you think he is playing? Is Maguire going to get back into the team? Is Maguire justified his position in the England squad? Is Southgate on some sort of crack? Is Shaw going to get back into the team? Tell me something, guys. Just let me know. Please smash the like, turn on notifications, subscribe below. It's your boy Chosen Wisdom, and I am out of here.